And welcome back to another gothically good episode of Historical Recreations. Today we'll be creating an antique telescope from the ground up. Now please wait till the very end of this video so you can actually see images of the telescope used in a thematic photographic shoot called the Curiosity Shop. Today we'll be working on 2 faux finishes and how to use industrial sticker while prop making. I must also say that the greatest comment that you can receive as a prop maker is, "Did you buy that?" or "That's created." Someone who actually believes that what you created looks so real that they can't tell reality from the creation. So, onto that, let's jump right in to our tutorial. Join me. In making our telescope, I have found this really great shuttlecock container, and then I had found a toilet paper roll, industrial size, for a public bathroom. And amazingly, these were found at the same exact place. These were found in our local health club. So basically, they do the badminton upstairs, and of course there's a bathroom right next door, so I found the two at the same exact time. I had put in Fila clay around there, slid very carefully the shuttlecock container in there, and overnight it hardened. So that is part 1 of our telescope. Kind of cool in that way. I can also fill this in with more Fila clay to make it look good. However, I kind of like that space in there. We're going to move into the legs. I'm going to show you how I made those. The legs are nothing more than 3 spindles and a glue cap and some Fila clay in there. I just stuffed it in there, and we're going to let that set like this. I just finished putting that in there. That is nothing more than a glue cap and some Fila clay and 3 spindles. That is going to dry overnight. Fila will harden rock hard. So basically tomorrow morning this will be solidified, and we're going to spray all this gold and create ourselves a telescope. Next part is we want to spray the base of our frame here in gold. Okay, in a well-ventilated area, I sprayed our telescope with a mixture of gold and black, and I did the same with the tripod. So what I did was I had mounted it on a tripod, and I had also used some foam core to build a base to support 3 sticks. Now we have different options we can do. We can have all kinds of creative design over here. We can do, who knows what we can do, but you can see I had made the eyepiece over here. I had also found this used kids magnifying glass. I would probably want to put it in there. However, it's a little bit small for the opening unless that we modify the opening. So we're going to have to make some decisions here. Right now, with what we got, I'm going to paint this gold and see what that looks like. Before I do that, I have made a piece to cover up, angle piece to cover up the supporter on there. So we're going to actually put that on there, put some numbers on there. That's going to look pretty cool. We just don't want to leave that just like that, so I thought it was kind of cool to use this foam to make a ring that will go over that. Just the shape alone seems really cool. I'd like to see what this is going to look like when it's all done in gold. Okay, so I just bent that around, putting ample enough hot glue. The styrene is fusing. It's really amazing. The hot glue is just melting that right on there. But I want to make sure I don't have any. Wow, stuff is really, really stringy. It's very spider webby. Yeah, that's cool. Alright. I'm going to see if I can fill this in. A bit of hot glue. Okay. That's looking good. let that glue melt on there. Ooh, hot. There it is. Alright, we got a perfect disc on there. Bang. Shazam. Alright, let's paint this gold. One of those killer ideas, so I gotta fix this area right there. But while I got this up here, why don't I use the hot glue to start making some raised areas around the edges over here. So I'm gonna make a wavy design, which is going to add a lot to our telescope. We'll see what that looks like. Solution to everything. Went through my collection of stuff, and if you're a prop maker, you've got stuff. Look at that. That is going to make a pretty radical lens. Once we cut that out to size, hot glue that on there. It's actually sticking right now, plastic to plastic. So all I have to do is use the marker, measure it out, paint it black. There's our lens. Let's cut that out and hot glue that on. It took but a moment. I painted it black, put it under a hairdryer. Now I'm going to go around and put my hot glue over generously around mouthpiece here. Yeah, just slide over there. Let's put that on there. Yeah. Go check out the sky. Yeah. Go look into the future. Right. Okay. Cool. Get a little bit tighter on there. It's looking good. Putting on the polished metal finish, I am using a mixture of gold, burnt umber, and mixing white. And I'm very, very carefully applying it with a Chinese brush, just very, very lightly, just dragging the brush across the top, not to destroy the black below. It looks so heavy. Using an Alpha 997 rich gold, now I'm doing an overfinish on here to make it look like it's metal. Okay, using a rich gold here and the brown, I'm just using an Xing pattern on this to create a metal finish. If you've seen my other tutorial videos, how I had done the Saint's Shrine, it was very, very similar, the Xing. Adding an overlay of gold. The great area is right here, and we're going to put some Roman numbers in. We're going to be using some black, some white, and possibly some gold. Some decoration on there makes a big difference. Okay, so tonight we're going to be adding a very special wooden part to our telescope. And what I did was I took a couple foam tubes and I sliced them in half. Now I'm going to go in here and at a 45-degree angle with a bevel edge, I'm going to make a triangle shape. We're going to cut these out, so when we put these pieces together with our hot glue, there's going to be a space for our post, our leg of our telescope. So let's do that now. Let's cut these things out and see what they look like. So I'm just slicing out here. It's a little bit more rougher than I like, but when these two pieces get sandwiched together, you can very clearly see there is a part where the stick is going to go. We're going to put these two together. We're going to sandwich them together with hot glue, and then we're going to put some wood sticker around there and then put two gold pieces on either side. And this is going to make our legs more decorative. And then we're also going to add eye clay or filler clay around there in a spiral form and then paint them in gold. Went on so easy. Basically, I just hot glued the two pieces back together again. There's a single seam. Now we're going to put the wood fake sticker on here, and we're also going to use the filler clay, and we're going to build up the legs on here. And let's do that. Okay, so once you get your wood sticker on there, now it's time to put the gold on. And it's a day later and it's dried. Came out really good. Now, as I said before, we're going to add the gold paint and make it look old. The last part of our telescope, I'm using a foam tube that I have painted the ends both black and used filler clay to create the same type of telescopic end piece that the large piece has. And we're going to put this on the top. So we need to wait for 24 hours till this dries. Put two mounts, one here and one here, maybe made out of floral foam or cardboard. And then we'll be applying it to our telescope. Okay, so what we did here is we took the foam and I painted down with one coat of gold, and that's the beginning of it. So now we're going to age this and make it look right. We also need to make two props for the base. So here we're going to make those out of gold too. So our next step now is aging of our second piece that goes on the telescope. In addition to our telescope, here we're adding two pieces of floral foam to keep up the second telescope piece. Now the part that you've been waiting for. Our telescope was 99% finished after the last piece was put on there. But now I'm going to show you a few images of what the telescope looked like in the photograph. I hope that you really enjoyed this today and learned something new. Gothfully yours, Professor M. Enjoy.
Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight.